He was one of the great singers of the American Songbook. His innovative big band started the bebop movement. Who was Billy Eckstine? Here on Big on Bebop.
What a lot of kicks it brings. When that rhythm's in ya, the blues don't have a chance. Find that groove in ya, make you never think about romance. Jump, jump your rhythm with the riff. Any kind of music it's a lift. Body, anything to lift.
He was born William Clarence Eckstine on July 8, 1914, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was the son of William Eckstine, a chauffeur, and Charlotte Eckstine, a seamstress. Eckstine's paternal grandparents were William F. Eckstine and Nanny Eckstine, a mixed-race married couple who lived in Washington, D.C. Billy's sister Maxine became a high school teacher. Eckstine attended Peabody High School in Pittsburgh. He then went to Howard University. In 1933, at age 19, he left Howard to start a music career after winning first place and $10 in an amateur talent contest at Washington's Howard Theater, where he imitated Cab Calloway singing a nursery rhyme with interpolated scatting. He sang in clubs in Buffalo, New York, Detroit, and 2 years at the Club de Lisa in Chicago. He joined the Earl Hines Band in 1939 and was with them until 1943, singing and occasionally playing the trumpet, after recording such hits as Jelly Jelly and Skylark. He then formed his own band. Dizzy Gillespie said in his book, "There was no band that sounded like the Billy Eckstine Band. Our attack was strong and we were playing bebop, the modern style. No other band like this one existed in the world." The band consisted at various times to include Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Dexter Gordon, Gene Ammons, Miles Davis, Art Blakey, Cecil Payne, Fats Navarro, Lucky Thompson, Sarah Vaughan, Pearl Bailey, and Lena Horne. Tad Dameron, Gil Fuller, and Jerry Valentine were among the band's arrangers. The Billy Eckstine Band is considered to be the first big bebop band, and had top 10 chart entries that included A Cottage for Sale and Prisoner of Love. In 1946, Eckstine starred as the hero in the musical film Rhythm in a Riff, which also starred Ann Baker and Lucky Melinder. Eckstine was a competent musician who sometimes played valve trombone with his band, but his vocals and striking good looks brought him enormous popularity. During its 3-year life, from June 1944, the Eckstine Band was a virtual cradle of bebop, but its commercial records suffer from poor sound quality and do not truly represent the vitality of the live performances. Eckstine became a solo performer in 1947 with records featuring lush, sophisticated orchestrations. Even before folding his band, Eckstine had recorded solo to support it, scoring 2 million sellers in 1945 with Cottage for Sale and a revival of Prisoner of Love. Far more successful than his band recordings, these prefigured Eckstine's future career. Eckstine would go on to record over a dozen hits during the late 1940s. He signed with the newly established MGM Records and had immediate hits with revivals of Everything I Have Is Yours in 1947, Rodgers and Hart's Blue Moon in 1948, and Juan Tizal's Caravan. Eckstine had further success in 1950 with Victor Young's theme song to My Foolish Heart, and the next year with a revival of 1931 Bing Crosby hit I Apologize. According to the New York Times, his 1950 appearance at the Paramount Theater in New York City drew a larger audience than Frank Sinatra had done at his performance there. Eckstine was the subject of a 3-page profile in the April of 1950 issue of Life magazine, in which the photographer Martha Holmes accompanied Eckstine and his entourage during a week in New York City. One photograph taken by Holmes and published in Life showed Eckstine with a group of white female admirers, one of whom had her hand on his shoulder and her head on his chest while she was laughing. The photograph was considered so controversial that the editor at Life sought personal approval from Henry Luce, the magazine's publisher, who said it should be published. The publication of the image caused letters of protest to be written to the magazine, and singer Harry Belafonte subsequently said of the publication that when the photo hit in this national publication, it was as if a barrier had been broken. Tony Bennett would recall that it changed everything. Before that, he had this tremendous following, and it just offended the white community. In 1951, Eckstine performed at the 7th Cavalcade of Jazz concert held on July 8th at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles. Among Eckstine's recordings of the 1950s was the 1957 duet with Sarah Vaughan, Passing Strangers, a minor hit for them in 1957. The 1960 Las Vegas live album, No Cover, No Minimum, featured Eckstine taking a few trumpet solos and showcasing his nightclub act. Eckstine made numerous appearances on television variety shows. He also performed as an actor in the TV sitcom Sanford & Son and in such films as Let's Do It Again and JoJo Dancer. Culturally, Eckstine was a fashion icon. He was famous for his Mr. B collar, a high-roll collar that formed a B over a Windsor knotted tie. The collars were worn by many a hipster in the 1940s and early 1950s. He was among the first black singers whose appeal transcended race. Eckstine continued to work and record as a single into the early 80s. Billy Eckstine had a heart attack and died nearly a year later on March 8, 1993 in Pittsburgh at the age of 78. Lionel Hampton said, "We were proud he was the first black popular singer singing popular songs. We, the whole music profession, were so happy to see him achieve what he was doing. He was one of the greatest singers of that era. He was our singer." Mr. B. Billy Eckstine, singer and bebop legend.
Gee, but I'm lonesome, feel like I wanna cry. Gee, but I'm lonesome, feel like I wanna cry. I miss my baby